you could break down chest exercises into two general categories, presses and flies. Okay, so pretty much every chest exercise could be somewhat shoehorned into one of those two categories, presses and flies. I think some kind of a horizontal press, whether it's an incline or a flat bench, probably should be present in most of your chest training pretty much for the rest of your life, because it's such a fundamental.
It's hard not to include it. I mean, that's really like the biggest bang for your buck.
Yeah, and it's also just a fundamental movement. Yeah. Like that pressing, away from your body is something, it's a skill you don't want to lose.
So let's break that down. So incline, flat bench, dip are your three big press compound movements.
Yep.
Yeah. Now
that's going to be barbell, dumbbell, machine, but general movements.
Right. Okay. So, and then of those three, would they be present in all three of those phases that we talked about? So in those three phases, those three movements are going to stay consistent. I might manipulate, phase one, it's all barbell complexes, and then the second phase, maybe we go all dumbbell.
I would 100% agree with that. Yeah. At the very least, two of them. At the very least, at least two of them always be present.
Yeah, I
right.
agree.
Like you could take one out, but I think definitely two of them should probably always be present.
Yeah, and I think volume kind of makes more sense as you go along, and you're adding more reps to then add more accessory work, in combination with that for phase three.
Now, flies, I think, are great. I think they're more valuable as somebody who has a tough time connecting to the chest. I can get somebody to feel their chest working easier with like a cable fly than I can with like a bench press. And so I like to use flies as a way to kind of prime or teach someone, well, this is what it feels like to work your chest. Now, when you become advanced, flies are a great way to add volume without like just beating yourself up. Like 3 sets of a heavy press is going to just hammer your body more than 3 sets of flies. So at the end of towards the end of a workout, when you can add more volume, but you've already done your 4 sets of presses, well, now you can add some flies and you'll hit the right amount of volume. And there's also not to get stuck in the weeds, but there's also muscle combinations with chest. Flies connects the biceps to the chest, whereas presses connect the triceps to the chest. Both are somewhat important. In real life, you're going to use the chest to push things away, and sometimes you use the chest to grab things and hold things. And so you need those combinations to work well as well. So I don't think you should ever avoid either one.
Do you guys think that based off the level of experience of a client, do you decide differently, like what exercise maybe you would start? For example, and I think I did this video a long time ago on YouTube, so maybe Andrew could throw it up there, where clients that had struggled with connecting to their chest. If you really struggle with connecting to the chest, I've done a good job of priming you really quick. I may not move you right into a bench press right away, where I would do that, say I'm training one of you guys. Mm-hmm. I'm training one of you guys, we're primed, we're ready to go. I'm going to the big lift right away, where I can load it the most and get after it. Now, if I'm training someone that is a beginner who really struggles to feel that chest, we've primed to help them out, I might do something like that foam roll exercise where you lay the foam roll down your spine. Mm-hmm. And I hope I have this YouTube video, I'm pretty sure I do, where I have that client. Now, why I like that is the shoulder blades kind of drop over the foam roll, and so kind of gravity puts them in a more optimal position. Yeah. And then we know that in a chest fly, it's easier to force the stress in the chest versus in a compound lift. So opening them up in that, and then doing like a chest fly is like their first exercise to really get them
to feel the chest.
Seems you can feel a lot more,
right.
With the fly.
And also, like varying degrees of push-ups, modified push-ups, like being where you're kind of leaning over rather than being flat on the ground. Uh-huh. That's when I would use a Smith machine quite a bit. Actually, is I'd use the bar as a grip.
Yeah,
so they could do.
Yeah, same.